with the changes on the patch.
You didn't?
There we are. No, I didn't.
Here we, I'm looking forward to the Fizz. I really want Fizz Jungle to make a comeback. I used to play, as we get ready for the game, I used to play a bunch of Fizz Jungle when it was really bad, and I was really bad at League of Legends, and my friendship group, Team Sunshine and Rainbows, that was the name of my friendship group, yeah, my League of Legends friendship group. We called ourselves Team Sunshine and Rainbows.
Wow.
And they actively flamed me all the time for my Fizz Jungle.
Wait, so you're telling me Team Sunshine and Rainbows flamed you?
I'm going to say we were a bunch of English gentlemen, like young English men.
So the name was a bit ironic.
It was slightly, yeah, it was tongue-in-cheek, to say the least.
Yeah.
And it was between ourselves. We're never toxic publicly, right? So when you want to flame a friend, right, it's quite a British thing to do.
I would never flame.
You'd never use sarcasm either, would you? So,
no.
Just not one of those things that's done. It's uncouth. Unproper, as Couchsweat works his way towards the mid lane. Neither jungle actually looks like Yike is going to be spotted, starting on his Razor Beaks, a ward down there from Skewmond, who walked in on the Cho'Gath. Neither jungler needing pots in the early jungle, with them having sustain tools built into their kit.
Yeah, like Cho'Gath especially has just insane amounts of sustain.
Yeah.
I think the bot lane matchup as well, having the Nautilus into the Blitzcrank is such a fun matchup because you can buffer his grab if you use it on terrain, so you can honestly stand quite aggressively.
Oh, great hook. Hans Summer has to use the barrier underneath the tower, takes a shot.
I was going to say, LeBron can stand aggressively. Hans Summer can't.
Yes.
If he gets grabbed, it's generally a bad thing, as we saw there. Does hold on to the flash though, only burns the barrier himself.
Nice path from Yike as well. Went Razor Beaks into Wolves Gromp, and now can look for a level 3 gank as the dive materializes from G2. They're going for a Kalista. Good knock up on Hans Summer. Needs one more order. Will get it. It'll be a 2-for-1. In the end, you have to feel in favor of KC. Hans Summer gonna get chased down. The flash from Prime will find him. 2-1 for KC on the play.
And I think, honestly, G2, despite the fact you're trading down in kills, the Draven got the cash in, you deny a ton of farm away from the Xayah, and the fact that the Blitzcrank got one of those kills, you're pretty happy overall. Yeah. That could have been a disaster, and it worked out pretty okay.
It did. 400 gold lead for Hans Summer on that bottom lane. Yike is a little bit accelerated in terms of gold, but decelerated in terms of jungle pathing. Only currently on his blue, still has 2 camps up, while Skewmond is about to go to his final camp, and actually should be able to get a double crab here if he reads the pathing of Yike properly and has a bit of cover from Lebrov, because here you can go Krugs, work your way up towards topside, take that Scuttle Crab, then walk down with the push you're going to get from your Draven and your Nautilus.
Yeah, it's just really difficult when you are level 1 in this situation. The flash to commit the CC, it's a good flash, honestly, from Fleece here to dodge away from the extended CC from the Nautilus. But look how close it is. If Hans Summer had died in auto earlier, could have been completely different. Could have been disastrous for G2.
That was a really good flash from Kalista, you say, to dodge that dredge line. Now Skewmond is looking towards the bot side, has to flash away. So instead of looking for the double scuttle, tries to get some more pressure onto Kalista and Prime, who do survive the threat and keep themselves even-ish in terms of gold after that initial kill for Hans Summer. So he's about 400 ahead, but yeah, it's balanced out by Prime's early gold.
You look, though, at the items they come back to lane with. The double longsword for the Draven is just the boots. You can't trade auto for auto. I mean, you already can't in this matchup, but an axe hitting you is just going to feel so bad.
Yeah. That's the problem. You're chucking a feather at someone and they have an axe to grind. It's just not cricket, really, is it? It's just not sporting.
We've all heard the kilogram of steel and kilogram of feathers.
Yeah.
And obviously, the steel is heavier
much
than
heavier.
feathers.
Yeah.
Yes, much
kilogram
heavier.
of steel is just so much heavier. Oh, good old Limmy.
Classic.
Hans Summer and LeBron will continue to get the push up here. Top lane, not much to do about nothing. You can see Tau has been able to extend the gold lead through CSing about 400 gold or so, which is, you know, a chunk of change, but not really going to spell too much pain for Broken Blade on this Cassante, who kind of expects to have to absorb pressure early on.
Yeah, it's always going to be a bit rough for the Cassante into a matchup like the Jace, but to be fair, getting this CS advantage, finding the early harass, it's what you want to see, right? You pick the Jace in this situation, especially when your bot lane is being pressured, you want him to be getting the lead.
Yeah, he's managing to do that. Tau had a really impressive performance alongside Prime in their first game of the day against Los Ratones. I keep saying Los Ratones because it feels like Ratones, but I think it's just Los Ratones. So.
You know what? You say how you want. I'm not a judge, right? I'm sure there's other people at this event.
Yeah,
who will
a
be
few
the
people
judge.
judging me, probably.
Yeah.
But, you know, G2 will start up the Drake kit. Will be there first of the game and the first for either team as the Infernal Dragon is secured. Yike did poke his nose in, had a little bit of a prod. We'll go back to
Pokemon, not level 6 yet though, so doesn't get the feast stack.
Oh, true actually, yeah. I'll have to track those feast stacks. He's gone for a Fiendish Codex first on the Cho. Now this might be a jungle Cho thing where you get a little bit of AP for the extra Vorpal spikes damage or something, but I'll be honest, Worlds ended, and then I just played ARAM Mayhem for about a month. So I don't know the Cho'Gath jungle tech.
Yeah, I did see a lot of AP Cho'Gath in ARAM Mayhem.
Oh, Lebov is dead.
Oh, yeah.
That was a really poor positioning all around from Lebov. Just walked into the lane. Maybe he was looking to catch out Kamilu. Wasn't able to do so. So he put 6 feet under by KC, who have once again extended an early game lead here. About 1,000 gold ahead for them.
And specifically Prime is getting pretty fed, which you know you love to see.
Skewmon looking for Kalist. Doesn't have the flash, but does have the barrier. No Featherstorm available to him. 6 now hit for Skewmon, but Hans Summer takes it with the axe and cashes in 1,000 gold between the 80 carries now.
Oh, that feels so bad, and I feel like Skewmon playing it so well, getting up to him, getting the slow, landing everything. Very little Kalist can do there, and now this bot lane matchup is just completely cooked.
Yeah, I thought you were saying it feels really bad for Skewmon because he didn't get the fish stack, but you were saying it feels bad for Kalist in that situation. That does make sense. Oh, good hook. As Hans Summer's pulled under the tower, we'll use the barrier once again, holding on to that flash. Doesn't have the Vamp Scepter yet, but...
Is Prime just the carry of KC right now?
Man, he's living up to his name. Is nominative determinism. His name is Prime and he is Prime. As Lebov looks towards the top side. Level 3 on the Nautilus, by the way. Just want you all to pay attention to that as Tao does have to burn the flash to escape the clutches of that anchor.
Yeah, I think LeBron's happy with that, because even if it landed, he was quite close to tower.
Yeah, he was doomed. Yeah. Because like, Tao just flashes over him, knocks him back to the tower. It's like, okay, you're level 3, good luck, mate.
Flash to flash, he's happy in here. Everything connecting. That last knock-up, he was so close to getting out of it. But the axe doing so much damage to finish him off.
Hans Summer in a great position to carry this game here for G2. And you talked about it, like, only having double threats, you do need to focus the Draven early, make sure that he gets ahead so that he can be accelerated into this mid game.
Especially picks like LeBlanc and Draven, you know, which if they fall behind can feel really useless. So this is exactly what G2 wanted.
Broken Bay going all out. Look at Tao, doesn't have that flash. KC, though, have brought 3 players to a top lane fight. And Prime now 3-0-1. Once again, it's the Church of the Crank. Kamilu looking to go between worlds and get in here, but can't really find the engage. Good knock-up with the Rupture from Skewmon. Will feast the blue buff and take himself a little bit of the KC jungle away. Hans Summer keeping Kalist at bay as well. No way that Xayah can really approach the tower by herself. Kamilu might come in and help out.
Don't worry, the Fed Blitzcrank is on his way.
Man, look, he's got a Kindle Gem and a Hope. As the Grubs will be secured by KC, 3-0 for them. So that's if they do manage to get some of these waves pushing out. Jace later on in a side lane will be able to take towers a lot quicker. Aurora can do a similar thing. Has enough escape tools that she can dash away from the LeBlanc if a collapse begins. Oh. A little bit dangerous here from LeBlanc.
Yeah, did land onto Xayah, but unfortunately not able to follow really. This bot lane matchup, the item discrepancy is not in a good spot.
Yeah.
Really not doing too well here.
You're talking between the supports, right?
Yeah, I mean, just what is LeBron supposed to do here?
Kindle Gem, upgraded World Atlas to a Ruby Crystal and a World Atlas, you know?
What are you supposed to do here?
It's just so many stats, you know? Support gold really does matter in these sorts of situations. Ooh. It does not, as Prime hits the hook onto a minion. Featherstorm out from Kalist.
I mean, that's the thing as well, when you have a Blitzcrank into a pick like a Draven, is that even if the Draven is fed, if you land that grab, you can just eliminate all that gold off the map.
And Rob there using the dredge line to get to the honey fruit. Hans Summer still doesn't have the Vamp Scepter, so not able to heal himself up as much as he would like. Only looking for that Bloodthirster first, but G2 have control of the bot side. River recalls come out from KC, realizing they need to get the hell out of here because the dive could be on the horizon. In the end, won't end up happening.
Yeah, able just to mitigate the pressure. Cap looking for a trade, won't find a chain in the end. And I feel like mid lane has been relatively quiet, but we've seen Caps build up a pretty solid CS lead in the 1v1.
And it's something he does really well on LeBlanc. He understands a lot of the intricacies of the champion, but also understands that she can just be really good at poking. And finding small advantages, dashes back in with a double distortion. Really well played by G2.
That looked so easy.
It was so easy.
Yeah.
Because Tao still didn't have his flash. Supports matter. With above with that gank up towards the top side. Meanwhile, KC do have 3 players down towards this bottom side. We'll be able to get the push in. Hansama's completed his Bloodthirster. This will be nice for Kalist. Gets a little bit of gold back into his pockets. Teleport coming out from Caps, though. And with no Featherstorm on Kalist, he does need to start to walk away because the chains from Caps, ooh, just a sliver wide.
Could have been dangerous to have that landed. Oh, LeBron in trouble.
And he is going to get pulled in here. In the middle of KC, Skewman looking for the rupture, or even the silence across the wall. Caps dives onto Kalist, down to 200 HP. The rocket belt from Skewman, the whirling whip from Hansama, not connected, but look at the damage onto Yike. Kalist with a good sidestep. Skewman looking for a little bit more of his prime, forced to flash away. Kamilu diving in between worlds, he dashes back. Caps looking for the chains, lands them onto the bunny, but Aurora able to flash away in the end.
And I feel like Caps such a threat. Hansama looking for more.
Wait, he didn't get anything, so he wanted something out of that fight.
Was trying to find a kill maybe, but Caps was such a threat there, landing this poke, landing this harass, and just no real recourse from KC there. Dragon going to be secured here by Skimon. Doesn't have the feast, unfortunately, again for this, but they'll take the second dragon.
You see how close he was to killing Yike with the feast in that last fight? It was like a sliver of HP, like 50 or so.
It's so sad when that happens.
I think it was the feast at least, so have another look at this. Like, Prime does land the hook as they go for the engage. Yike and Prime with Kalist realizing they can very quickly kill off LeBron, and then Caps comes in for a chunk from the side.
It just becomes so hard to fight when he's just so low already. That flash was great to get away, and then here, I think that was the feast there, just missing out on the stack.
Hansama chunking out Camilo. Good collapse overall from G2. Camilo having to burn the ult and the flash. The summoners invested by KC. A pretty heavy toll for them coming into the next few minutes. Second Drake secured for G2 as well.
We were wondering what Skimon was going to build. Rocket Belt, of course.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Rocket Belt into plated steel caps, I guess.
I mean, it is a fun item.
The Voltaic Cyclo Sword for the Yike as well. I mean, that kind of makes a little bit more sense because it's one of those items where you're waiting for the cooldown. You can't really build it in lane because you're trading too often. But with the Cyclo Sword, you can then, when you're in the jungle, you come out of the jungle, you gank, and the cooldown's back up so you can use it, right?
Also, like you get so much. So much of the energized, you get so much back when you dash. So the dash auto with the passive as well does so much damage.
It's true. It's true.
You're slow as well, but it makes it really easy to land. You Qs with the follow-up. But yeah, Caps having so much pressure in the side lane, it feels like he had the early farm lead. And this is the thing, even if you don't get early kills on the flank, any gold, just you get a bit of momentum, a bit of an advantage. You become such a problem to deal with. And KC, despite the gold being even overall, Hansama putting so much pressure down.
Trading into Prime, the feathers pulled back, but Blade Caller won't find his mark. Rupture just short as well. Yike trying to get him from the side with Darking Blade, and Hansama with a barrier, not gonna save himself. Kamilu takes the kill now. Skewmon on the retreat, pulled back, but the Infernal Chains just gets out of range. Won't be pulled into KC. Kamilu still chasing him down, but in the end, KC will back away. I do apologize, I was confusing Opportunity and Voltaic Cyclo Sword for a moment, because Opportunity has that longer cooldown, where you don't want to be in combat for a while.
Yeah, no, Voltaic is like when you dash, you get
it's
the
an energized effect,
the flow, yeah. So it's pretty good.
It's just items we don't see too often, you know? As I said.
I know there was a time it was really popular on Ambessa.
Yeah, it was, for a little bit.
Who has a million dashes. But yeah, I think Hansama doing crazy amounts of damage, but maybe peeled himself a little bit too much, overstepping there, getting punished for it.
It's a typical AD carry. Like, hey guys, why weren't you there? Why weren't you protecting?
Especially under
Yeah, so, of course I went for the axe. Yes, it led me into the middle of the entire enemy team, but you should have helped me out. Should have been there with me. The hook landing here as LeBron tries to dredgeline his way away, but he's taken out as well. KC now 7-4 up. Gold's still pretty even between the two teams, but KC are finding a few picks that are evening out the score.
Yeah, that was actually pretty slick, I think, because he got the buffer, but I think they cancelled the buffer afterwards. That was really well played from KC to deny that. Because I think LeBron, knowing the matchup, felt safe, get shut down, and now KC looking towards the Rift Herald.
That TP coming out from Caps. Tau forced away towards this top side. G2 could collapse if they so choose. Camille TPing towards the mid lane. Driftoad already taken out though. Another hook's gonna land onto Lebrov and then just no saving him.
He just got back.
And the guy's spending more time in grayscale than with a color screen right now. Yike hit with the chains though. And in goes Broken Blade. Good double knocker with the rupture on towards that backline. Tau having to run away. The Intofu finds the knockback. Kalist falls as G2 have found two. They're looking for Prime as well. Caps can jump across the wall. Will go in with the distortion. Another hook. It's onto the Cassante. Evening out the trades in this fight. Skewmon falling lower. Camilo with the twofold. Hex will find another. KC fighting back strongly in this game.
Finding some good trades in return. You saw the power of G2's core moving forward for the answers back. The grab from Prime getting so much value there. Camilo finding some good trades, able to get some kills in return. Still G2 with a bit of gold advantage, and Hans Sama a huge threat taking down this mid tower.
But out of that, you know, KC get the Rift Tower. The tower's not going to fall.
Actually, yeah, they keep it alive.
Yeah. KC actually having a pretty good resurgence in this game. Because I will say, after we saw Hans Sama getting as far ahead as he was, and as Caps was beginning to accumulate a bit of a lead himself, I was worried for KC, but Camilo now 3-0-2. Kalist is still a long way behind, but we've seen that KC, and Prime especially, who's been involved in 90% of his team's kills.
It's a Prime carry. You know, that's what it is. He's just been doing so much. And so initially, Lebrov just gets caught out by Prime on the offset, blown up, exploded so quickly. And then here, Yike is fairly squishy, and Caps lands everything. The chain comes through, the ult as well from the Draven. And this is when they start to back away, start to kite back. You can see it on the unfortunate spot, and this great knockback from Broken Blade gets so much value. But the retreat to the tower.
Oh, we have another fight. Yike's just dead.
Wow.
He was positioning around the Dragon Pit, but G2 were lying in wait. I will say, having a last look at that replay, Broken Blade came in with the Pathmaker onto Yike and just took him out of the Whirling Death. If I'm Hans Sama, I'm kind of a little bit pissed. It's just like, hey, there could have been more gold for me. I could have had a little bit more there.
I think he has enough gold. You'll never agree with that.
Always needs more, man.
I think he has plenty.
Got a Collector and a Bloodthirster. Camilo trying to fist bump with his team. No one joining in. Is this sign of a schism within the KC ranks? No one else pressed U when Camilo did. Hextech Drake secured by G2. They're one away from the soul now. Undercut up in 2 minutes time. Prime. Still looking for the hook. Don't really want to land it onto Caps.
Yeah, the distortion ready to go back. And I feel like really, if you're landing a grab onto Hans Sama specifically to start the fight, I think that's the angle for KC, but if you're not, he's just such a huge threat right now.
Oh, Tower's just gone for, man.
He's just gone.
Cassante's still a champion, my friends. Bramble Vest and Iceborne Gauntlet enough. The mid lane tower goes down as G2 begin to open up the map. They'll take the top tier 1 alongside it, assuming that Skewmon can keep Yike at arm's length, or maybe at Spike's length, as he goes in with the ball for Spikes. Yike's going to pop the world ender, looking at the trade. Skewmon flashes away from the infernal chains, and the tower will stand for now. Camilo's still on the chase. Broken Blade trying to get away. Does have a tower to support him. Between worlds goes Camilo, but can't get to the other side of the ring to bounce back towards BB.
Yeah, Broken Blade really has basically no magic resist, so Camilo does so much damage to him. Does have to dip away, but he's still happy with the outcome, right? Getting that solo kill onto the Jace. We'll see how that went down here. Didn't he actually land a couple of skills there?
Cassante things. Okay, no. He hit the all out.
Yes, he pressed ult.
Yes. And he hits his Infernus and a Pathmaker.
He hit the ult to Pathmaker, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
valid.
That's enough.
It's valid.
That's enough.
Play. Man, Cassante is just still a champ, isn't he?
Yeah.
There's a few champions in the game that I'm like, unless this champion is dramatically changed and some of the way the kit works is dramatically changed, they're always just going to do stuff like this.
You know, I saw that they buffed Zeri, the movement speed she gets on her ult. So if that comes out today... Yeah.
At least they took the shield removal off her. Because I think that was a really broken part of her kit.
Why was that a thing?
Oh, yes, that is also another question. It's Prime. Hex flashes forward, looks for the hook. Leblan's going to get the dredge line down first, and Prime... Well, it's odd that he went in. But G2 even out the score by finding 2. Caps gets a second on Kalist. Camilo, Yike, and Tau trying to retreat, but Tau and Yike... Well, there's only one Rift Herald, and there are 2 of you to ride it. Who's got the golden ticket to jump in? It's Tau who'll charge away. Yike sacrifices himself for the life of his Jace, and Tao will have to thank his jungler for the escape plan.
That was sweet. That was sweet.
Yeah.
You know, giving the little exit route for your teammate.
But you've got my heart will go on singing, echoing in my ears. Oh, good knockback. Brokenblade, though, will go all out. He hits the only skill you have to is K'Sante to get the kill, and there it goes.
Yikes, sacrificed himself for this. He let you live.
Sometimes sacrifice is in vain, man.
Yeah.
It's the way of the world.
There's not actually
Oh, BB's looking for more Han Summers here on the flank. Prime didn't realize that his jungle did not belong to him. LeBron lands the flash hook, and Han Summer secures the kill.
This is how you know Prime is the carry, because they just burned 2 flashes to take him down
100%,
there.
man. You see an enemy support doing well, you know they are being positive with their team.
Yeah.
You can't have that. You got to break the mental.
Shut them down
Kill the
immediately.
support whenever you can. The crowd now in loud voice saying, let's go G2. I will say, we've only heard this once already this game. It's easy to support your team when they're 5k ahead, you know?
Yeah. And also 1 dragon away from Hextech Soul.
Yes.
It's up in a minute. And they do have a Cho'Gath, which will help with securing that.
And
so.
they've got those cool new jerseys they're wearing.
They're all very cool.
Yeah, I think they're the 2026 jerseys that they've brought out here for Red Bull League of its own. I wonder if... I always think that League chants aren't inventive enough. Now, I'm not smart enough to invent something new. Good hook here onto Brokenblade, actually using the silence from the static field to make sure that he couldn't Pathmaker away with that unstoppable, but he's K'Sante, guys, so he's going to walk away, dashes to his teammate. Prime, you tried, my dude. It was really smart play. Using the Blitzcrank ultimate static field to silence the K'Sante, so he can't then use his Pathmaker, which makes him unstoppable, to dash away from your hook.
Yeah.
However, just wasn't enough.
A little bit more damage, and that would have been a great pick right before the dragon. Him not having TP available, but unfortunately he gets away. Going to be back on the map in time. And Casey, you can see them backing away, not able to protect the
I wonder why.
Yeah,
I wonder why they're backing away.
You got a clue as to why.
Just a small one.
And now, with Blist, he's not able to recall. He has to back away again. So I think Dragon's just gone.
Yeah, that's the soul for G2. And 23 minutes into the game, they are in total control.
Hextech Soul, generally regarded as pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a solid soul, isn't it? It's a solid soul.
It's very frustrating to play against.
What sort of soul would you say it is? You know?
I would say it's a...
Is it like a bluesy soul? Is it an upbeat soul? Like a reggae soul? Trying to give you like Louis Armstrong, you know, that sort of music, or
like... Sort of like...
it's a music, you know? Electronic soul? Sure.
Yeah.
I haven't heard much EDM soul, but that would be quite fun.
Yeah. I would imagine.
Sure. I feel like it's one of those things we don't cast together too often. And I do listen to your cast, obviously, but I don't know the spaces that you like to talk random stuff about that much. I feel like we walked down a path here that you were not prepared to follow me on. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think, you know, I'm not the most...
Atlas is just better at this than I am. I think it's the way we go with Prime. Once again, looks for the hook onto LeBron, but he's pretty tanky now. Skew on a Brokenblade on the flank with the Hextech gates. TP's coming out as well as Tao's on the wrong side of the rift and is just deleted. Skewmon gobbles up Yike as well. And now it's on Prime, Kalist, and Kamilu to try and survive. Brokenblade tanking the tower. The Hextech Soul for the slow from Caps. And now the tower, the prize for G2.
I mean, LeBlanc to the Hextech Soul is so annoying to play against. KC, I don't even think they can just defend the base at this point. They're going to lose their inhibitor here. They're just getting forced away.
Yeah, no waves nearby for G2 to look for more out of this, so I think it's just going to be the mid lane in him. Oh my god!
Where'd he go?
Well, that goose is cooked. As the Vestalian Zaya falls 2 caps. 307, 17 stack Medjai. Call him Light Yagami, the way he's stacking up that Death Note.
I feel like, you know, the dive.
But it's Brokenblade. Yep, okay. The search for a greater prime still goes on. As now they dive onto Yike. G2 will take out their former teammate.
It's not going well.
What G2 is KC, man. They're feeling blue. Abadi abadai, you know?
Well, at least... Oh, Camilo isn't vision. They don't even care. They want the Baron.
And it's a cute Baron.
Yeah.
It's a cute Baron, you know?
I do love the hat.
But many hats. Oh yeah, Callista's dead again. Yes.
You know, I think this game, you know, it started with him being Dove level 1. Not a fun time.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just gone downhill from there.
If you're G2 going into this game as well, that you're just going to say, who do we focus? We focus Yike and Callista. If we take them down, it's going to be a lot harder for KC to win the game.
As well, you know? So their first game of the day, they picked 580 carries.
Yes.
So even before the game started, it felt like they were targeting the 80 carry roles.
They got rid of Ezreal, Corki, Yunara, and Varus, who are some of the champions we've actually seen Kalist playing summer. He's never played a non-80 carry, well, hasn't in this in 2025 summer.
This is one of the rare occasions, because we often see teams target a specific role when they get into a game. But it's very rare that we see a team target a role before.
It's the evolution of League of Legends, man.
Yeah.
This is what...
you're doing the homework.
It's what your grandchildren's grandchildren will be talking about. That and how Faker just won his 50th world title.
Pretty brutal situation to be in, and I think at this point, G2, there's nothing really you can do to stop them. Prime looking for a grab, but at this point...
Could run over and unplug the PCs.
I feel like
they
went for it, I'd respect it.
Some sort of technical interference should be allowed when you're 10,000 goal behind in a game of League. However you want to go about it, blindfolding the opposition, unplugging keyboards, monitors. Because right now, that's really the only way KC get back into this game, especially with this Hextech Soul. It's just such a nuisance. Getting the slows down allows the Rupture to connect easier, allows the Distortion to go in. G2 take down 2 inhibs. Are looking for the Nexus towers now. LeBron looking for that hook. Can't quite land it onto Camilo, who will just jump away.
Decent poke, at least.
Yeah, I mean, how decent is it, my dude? Because that is some decent poke right there. That's heard you and wants to prove you wrong. That's how you poke out an enemy team. And G2 will wipe away KC. LeBron looking for the staggering blows here. The Rupture's going to land onto Camilo. Nom, 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 nom. Skewmon takes the kill. And G2 set up a date with T1 after this.
I don't think it's poke if you just kill them. I don't think that counts as poke.
It's really aggressive poke, man.